vi lært.
Češi! Češi! Češi!
My jsme z Pardubic. Češi!
Češi!
Dneska zase vyhraje. Via landslaget i ishockey. Ole, ole, ole.
Norge!
Heia Norge! Hei, hei! Hei, hei!
Yes! Yes!
Andre Schrader, Miroslav Stoltz are the referees from Germany and Switzerland as we get set for Day 9 of the 2023 World Hockey Championship. 3 games on the slate today, starting with Norway against Czechia. Norway, 1 win so far in the tournament, beats Slovenia 1-0. And for Czechia, a knee-knocking 6-2 win over Slovenia. They trailed that game 2-0 with 2 to go in the second period, but got a power play goal and rallied back in the third. They're on their record to 3-1 in the tournament. Still a chance to gain top spot in the group. And in addition, Radan Lentz has been added. The 31-year-old played in the Swedish League this year for Frölunda at HV 71. A veteran of 1 World Championship and last year's Olympics for Czechia. The Czechs have been ravaged by injury in the tournament. And starting in goal for Norway, 28-year-old Henrik Haklund, the German League Goalie of the Year this year for Dusseldorf in the DEL. 28-year-old playing in his 6th World Championship. And Czechia goes back to Karel Vejmelka, who got the win against Slovenia. He had not played prior to that for the Czechs. Spent this year with the Arizona Coyotes, his 2nd year in the NHL. Prior to that, he spent his entire career in Czechia. Tough road to the quarterfinals for Norway. They've got Czechia today, Canada Monday, Slovakia Tuesday. But the win over Slovenia, probably enough to ensure they will not be relegated. They're in their 17th straight year in the top division. Czechia, a bronze medalist last year, has 10 players from that bronze medal team here in this tournament.
Let's go. Don't cheat right now. Let's go.
Saboka for the face-off. Berg Paulsen tried to skate through Kondratek. Nothing doing there. Czechia coach Kari Jalonen, the Finn, was quite clear about his team's effort against Slovenia in the last game. Said they were very poor to start that game. Kondratek a long shot that deflects wide.
But they were very good to close the game out with a massive third period to secure the victory. 5 goals in the third to run away with it in the end.
Listen, that's blocked. Deep pass by Kubalik to Saboka, busting in, and Saboka couldn't quite reach it. Picked up now by Cervenek. The top forward in last year's tournament, led that tournament in scoring. Kostalek plays it around. Saboka with a shot that was blocked by Johannesson. And Andreas Martinsen plays that back ahead for Norway. Dvorak swings that back. Lead pass finds Flick, and a quick shot there for Baranek. Baranek turned away by Haklund. Large gathering of Czech fans here this weekend in Riga. A lot of them have been here all week, but their ranks bolstered by incoming flights last night.
And the Czechs would like to think that their off game was last game. It's hard to be perfectly consistent on top of your game every single time out there. They knew they were playing a lesser opponent in Slovenia. They didn't play well through a couple periods, but they found a way to get it done, and hopefully that would scare them into a more responsible effort in this game.
Even the game before that took a tying goal with 3 minutes left in regulation before its overtime against Latvia, a game they ultimately lost.
Yeah, well, Latvia's been pesky, a little different animal than Slovenia. And they're also doing this without their top 2 centermen.
Right. That's knocked down by Sondre Olden. And that shot deflected away. Haga plays that back. Norstabo shot. Bounce back in front. And Schmeichel plays it across to Spacek.
The offense won't come quite as easily for the Czechs now without Filip Chytil and Lukas Sedlak both gone for the tournament. 2 of their better players when they were playing.
Because Chytil is out for the tournament and Sedlak, they were able to add Lentz even though they were at the limit of skaters. A tweak to the IIHF rules allows you to replace a player who cannot return. It used to be you were stuck, unless it was a goaltender who got hurt.
There's no harm in that. Guys are going to be done for the tournament. Don't make a team play shorthanded. They're bringing in somebody else. It'd be hard to abuse that rule too much.
In comes Lentz with it. Lance works it back in front. No one there for Czechia. Moves back in front for Lance. Can get a shot away. Plays that back to Kempney. Michael Kempney shoots, and that's blocked by Berg Paulsen. Chips back up by Krogdahl. He finds Christian Kastestuhl. These Norwegian players playing 8 different leagues, and the Norwegian Federation actually encourages their young players to leave the country and play elsewhere. The Norwegian league is, in many cases, a semi-professional league. A lot of the players have daytime jobs. But they've produced some good players over the years. I mentioned Matt Zuccarello earlier, who led to their last win over Czechia, their only win back in 2010. Zuccarello's been a long-time NHLer. And a favorite teammate wherever he plays. One of Henrik Lundqvist's all-time favorite teammates. That shot pounded wide by Ken Olaf. That plays offside at the Czech line.
See Tobias Johansson, a Swede, behind the Norway bench. He understands what, we talk about the different levels in this tournament. Medal contenders, quarterfinal contenders, and then not getting relegated is the final. And Norway is in the not getting relegated grouping. But you're right, the win over Slovenia, which was tight, very tight, gets them 3 full points. An overtime shootout loss to Kazakhstan now has them at 4. So force Slovenia to pull points out of 2 remaining games. So the long run of consecutive years in the top group looks like it will continue for Norway.
They led that game against Kazakhstan 2-0 and 3-1.
Yeah. And I mean, world rankings, I suppose it matters, but finishing 5th, 6th, 7th doesn't really impact much.
Fleck plays it around. Norway was part of the Olympic qualification process in 2021 as Fleck comes in, that's offside. They lost on home ice to Denmark in the final game. Denmark qualified for the Olympics for the first time. So there will be 3 Olympic qualification tournaments played in August of 2025 for the Olympics in Italy. The Italians will have an automatic berth in the Olympic Games along with the top 8 internationally ranked teams. The rest will play in qualification tournaments to get there. The higher ranked team will get a bye through the early tournaments. But it can be nerve-wracking, and as the Norwegians,
major motivation to stay in the top 8 in the world rankings then.
Krogdahl plays it ahead. A little bit hot. Offside back, and the long jump by Howard Salston. Bounces high off the glass. Festerheim feeds that back. Kastestuhl back down to Haas. Krogdahl plays it back down. Kastestuhl with it. Here is Haas. Krogdahl shoots, and that's gloved by Vejmelka, who had a wobbly start.
Yes. Vejmelka is a curious choice. Because the evaluation of a goaltender when you play against Slovenia, first goal got by him early, banked off 2 different players. The second goal was not a great goal against. Then he didn't have much else to do. So, is he in form? Is he the best of the 3 options? All 3 goaltenders have started a game in the tournament. Simon Rubit's not dressed, Merrick Langhammer as well. And at some point, you'd like to settle in on the guy and get him in a rhythm. And I guess they're giving Vejmelka a chance to get in that rhythm before their last 2 games. Switzerland, Canada to close out their round robin. Very tough opponents.
Switzerland tomorrow, Canada on Tuesday. Berg Paulsen works in. Swings that rink wide. Long shot by Anderson goes wide. Also underway at this hour, the United States and Denmark playing in Tampere, Finland. The United States off to a nice start in Group A. Vikingstad back with it. And a 2-1 loss to Latvia. Norway 0 for 6 on the power play, including a 5-on-3. Kubalik works in with Saboka and Cervenka. Kostela takes the drop pass, spins and shoots. That was blocked by Ken Olam. And now the Norwegian captain brings it out. Slides it for Martinson. Andreas Martinson drops that off. Williamberger's shot. Hockland the save. Trethenes for Olam. And Olam shoots. That hit Martinson in front. Olam trying to keep that alive, but it's poked out by Cervenka. Same story for the Norwegians against Switzerland. They were down 2-0 after 2. Had 3 power plays in the second period, including a 5-on-3 there as well. They don't have the same kind of firepower that other nations have on the power play. Just 2 for 17. They scored their first 2 power plays in the tournament, haven't scored since.
We were talking about the 4 total power play goals they scored last year and how they're going to blow through that total quickly.
Whoops.
Maybe not so fast.
Chernak. Up for Barana. Throws that back in front, and that pass just missed flat. Brought back by Haga, who scored those 2 power play goals for Norway. Nemecek picks his way out. David Nemecek looks for the return pass. That's taken away by England Anderson. And Nemecek retreats back to center ice. That Czech bronze medal last year was their first medal in 9 years. As that wraparound try just misfired. Johannesson, he shoots, Hockland save, rebound in front, Vesterheim couldn't reach it. Vesterheim to Arvid Solstein. Solstein plays it back, and that shot from England Anderson knocked away by Hockland. Johannesson a long shot, and again Hockland makes a stop there.
Norway really using the points, and defenseman showing no hesitation shooting the puck.
Spacek to Schmeichel, shoots! And Hockland made the save there. Pavelka remains in the crease. That puck moved in. And Spacek puts it high in the air. Skips back out of the Norwegian zone. Play continues as Liljeberg picks it up. Up ahead for Olsen. Olsen for Martinson, who comes leaping in on Kondratek. Now play back. Olsen, a shot goes off a skate and wide. Martin Kaut back with it. Plays that up for Vojanilik. He's taken down. Vojanilik, a playoff MVP in the Czech Extra League this year. The Trinuts, the 4-time now reigning Czech League champions. Trethenes worked in. Slides that back cross for Olam. Picked up by Vojanilik. Works with Kubalik and Lentz. That rolls down to Hockland. And he'll hang on to that. No score here in the opening period in Riga, Latvia. Those guys have the World Championship they've been to on their shirts. Some veteran performers there.
People like to make a trip of this.
Oh, yeah.
An annual thing. Next year they'll be at home.
Yes, Prague and Ostrava, the hosts for the 2024 World Championship. Held in Prague back in 2015. Tremendous tournament there. Jaromir Jagr's last tournament as a member of the Czech national team. Kostala, his last game, and the ovation received at the end of the game still reverberating through Prague. Now he's retired from the game. Played this year for some games for Kladno, the team he owns in the Czech Extra League.
When you own the team, you can pencil yourself in the starting lineup anytime you want, I guess.
Power play too, I suppose.
I mean, if you're going to play, you might as well play on the power play.
There's Jakub Zaboro with it. Boston Bruins first round pick in 2015. Plays it across for Dvorak. Vesterheim steps up, plays that back down to Hoff. Ludwig Hoff picks that free. Shields off Chernov. Now Dvorak. Follows it off the glass, kept alive by England Anderson. That's gloved by Vejmelka. 8:59 to go in the opening period. Still no score between Czechia and Norway. .59 to go in the opening period. Czechia is 18-1-2 all-time against Norway at the Worlds. Johannesson has it down to Trepidez. His centering pass almost poked home. Olin trying to reach it. Olin gets it back. Spins and shoots. Hit a leg in front. Hookland down. And Martinson couldn't quite reach it. It's been a good first period for Norway. Out shooting Czechia 9-4. Dvorak works it and fires. Hookland save. Rebound bounced away for a moment. And now we have a penalty as Johannesson dumped David Tomaszek in the corner. And the first power play of the game will go to Czechia.
This is how it's gone for Norway. They have good stretches, and then they take a penalty and put themselves in the back foot. But you're right. It's been a good first period so far, but can opener in there to Tomaszek. He goes down awkwardly. Prior to that, here they're buzzing all around Vejmelka, grabbing rebounds. It's all been on the forecheck, just turning pucks over and playing in the offensive zone. Martinson has that puck hit his shoulder. He can't locate it on the carom. But now Czechs, who've been not very threatening so far, gets to go to the power play where they've been good.
6 for 15 in the tournament.
Their shooter, Kubalik, not on the ice with this group.
Tournament goals and power play goals. Got 4 power play goals in the tournament. Spacek feeds it across. Cervenka. Kostelic, another penalty coming to Norway. Spacek shoots. Hookland save. Rebound. And poking that was Chernov. Hookland makes a stop on that. And Dominic Kubalik with a 5-on-3 coming. Almost vaulted off the Czech bench to come on the ice.
He couldn't go fast enough. And these are the breakdowns that Norway's dealing with. Sobotka trying to get to the front of the net, and Krotel just puts his stick into his chin. I mean, it's just so obvious. Spacek recognized it right away. Just get the puck down to the net. If it goes in, great. If not, we get a whistle, and now we have a minute 46, 5-on-3. coming up.
Kubalik, the tournament leader with 6 goals. He's also stopped at a penalty shot.
Right?
Early in the tournament, so he's been all around it. Now he gets out there.
Between him and
2-man advantage.
Between him and Kostelik, he had 2 very willing shooters at the blue line. Gordon Zabaka, second best faceoff man in the tournament to win this one.
And Zabaka wins it back to Kubalik. Kostelik. Back to Kubalik.
Oh boy.
Look out, that rocket.
Coming in hot.
Cervenka brought back that lacrosse stick for that pass.
Head on a swivel.
Cervenka to Spacek. Cervenka plays it back. Kostelik a shot blocked in front, and it just moved out by Tretinez.
I don't love that on a 5-on-3, that attacking downhill. It's kind of predictable, slow to develop, easy to get in the shooting lanes.
2 guys below the goal line on it too for Czechia.
You're not going to be around for rebounds and loose pucks after the fact. I like this shot.
Kubalik, Cervenka, back to Kubalik, taps it across. Kostelik tees it up. Kubalik scores! That works. Kubalik, power play goal.
Just keep on shooting. Dominic Kubalik. And see how deep, look how deep Norway is. They get tangled up. Tretinez is a forward. He's down by the goal line. And so the 2 defensemen are both below the hash marks. It's a one-timer from 25 feet away with nobody in the shooting lane or the passing lane. It is a breakdown on the penalty kill that leaves the wrong shooter ready to tee off. And he makes no mistakes. You called it, Gord. Kubalik 5-on-3. Let's see what you can do. And that's exactly what he does.
7th goal of the tournament, 5 on the power play. He's ripping it up. Pretty good year in Detroit with 20 goals this year and 30 plus with Chicago a couple of years ago. Originally an LA 7th round pick back in 2013.
And the power play gets Czechia going again. It has been such a huge part of their success in this tournament. 40% coming into this game on the PP.
And this is pretty much the MO of Norway. They have good stretches, take a bad penalty, in this case 2. They find themselves in an early hole. Tomaszek flips that rink wide. Liljeberg pokes at it. Hoff sends it back down. Still 30 seconds to go in this Czechia power play. Vermelka, quick up to Tomaszek. Tomaszek threads that pass through. Cervenka picks it up. Cervenka. Kondratek back from Cervenka, winds it and fires. It was blocked by Kastelstol. Cervenka gets to stay up for the whole power play. Kubalik doesn't.
He popped off for a moment. He just takes the first guy who changes. I got him.
Jeopardy for Tomaszek is broken up by Tretinez. And the teams are back to even strength, though the damage done by Czechia. Liljeberg tries that to Martinson. Tretinez a shot, and Vermelka makes the save. 1-0 Czechia leads, 5:51 to go in the first period. Nothing. Czechia leads Norway here. No score between the United States and Denmark in the first period. In Tampere, Finland, where the semifinals, bronze and gold medal games will be played for this 2023 World Championship, same as they were last year. Finland won on home ice against Canada in the gold medal game. Czechs took the bronze. Wasn't the only medal drought they ended recently. They won a silver at the World Junior Championship, losing in overtime to Canada. That was their first medal of the World Junior since 2005. Which is surprising considering the great players that Czechia has turned out. Baranek works in. Last year they had David Krejci and David Pastrnak in the lineup at the World Championship.
Great players, just not quite as many of them.
Right. Now busting in. Evan Salston plays that across. And the pass misfired. Vesterheim back with it. For England, Anderson. Johannesson threads it ahead. Vanolka missed on that. Now chip back to the Norwegian zone. England, Anderson. Across to Johan Johannesson. Martin Kaut winds his way in, turned to San Jose this season from Colorado. He drafted in the first round a couple of years ago. Here's Ole England Anderson. In a couple of years in New Brunswick at the Roth St. Netherwood School. Back at the point, Kassestool throws that wide. Thomas Olsen drops that back. Troglal shoots, and Vanolka makes the glove save.
And it's not like Norway hasn't played well in this first period. They've done largely what they wanted to do, except take penalties. Two in short order put Czechia on the power play, where Dominik Kubalik, the best scorer in the tournament so far, goes to work. And then after the power play, Norway goes right back to the offensive zone cycle game. They've been strong on pucks. They've been lots of zone time and possession. It's been the big breakdown that has plagued them.
Right, Kubalik back out there for Czechia. He was part of the exodus from Chicago last summer.
That one confused me, though.
They didn't go qualifying offer, so they just let him go for nothing. Detroit signed him to a 2-year deal.
But, I mean, you still need someone to score goals occasionally. Like he's that old, still 27 years old. He could... I don't think he's going to be there. He's going to be 35 by the time they're good again, but...
Just what Chicago was trying to do worked.
They got the guy they wanted to. That's correct. Yeah. But I mean, you still have to fill out a roster.
Yeah.
And you still have to get to the salary cap floor. And Kubalik at $3 million doesn't seem like a real stretch for a guy who's going to get you 25 goals.
Schmeichel plays it back around. Tomaszek has that slide away.
Bear lost Detroit's game, though. They 2-year deal. I think it's around $2 million, and he shipped to the 20.
Scored 24. He scored 30 in his first NHL season with Chicago.
A lot like that last one we just saw. A lot of one-timers.
In comes Haga with it. Swings that rink wide. Olden drops it back, and it's powdered wide by England Anderson. Play with a hand pass, and so play is called. 2:18 to go here in the first period, and Terry Yellen looking on. One of the great things about Czech fans, see the flag they have here, and they put the hometown where they're from on the flag. So you see it a lot in English soccer, but each flag tells you where the fan is from.
Nice. Got a lot of different cities on there.
Yeah.
All parts to support.
Vesterheim. And Ireland plays international soccer. They say on tour where they're from. Are they ever? Kassestool back to pick it up. And these Czech fans travel well and often.
They have been a close second to Latvia as far as the volume.
And Latvia has home ice advantage.
They bring their drums, as you can hear.
Yeah. I guess you have to check those. Salston puts that through the crease. Hubbard Salston turned away. Here's Liljeberg with it. Plays it back down behind the goal. Vesterheim pivots back in the corner. Petter Vesterheim plays for Mora in the Swedish Allsvenskan. That long shot deflected away. Mora and Leksand in the middle of Sweden. Lead pass finds Fleck, working each scores! Jakob Fleck has goals in back-to-back games, and Czechia has a 2-0 lead.
What an outlet pass from Michael Kempney. He gets his head up, Fleck sneaks in behind the defender, and he zips this. Got to get some air on it, got to land it flat. And the other part of the equation is you have to handle it clean, mid-pivot, and not lose any speed. Now, Fleck's an excellent skater, does all of that. Now he's got the angle, just waits for Hockland to start moving, shovels it forehand side for a second goal. That was the lead-up. It was tougher than the finish. And Fleck, who got one from below the goal line last game, adds to his total on a breakaway. He's been buzzing in this tournament. He gets rewarded with another goal.
Fleck in his first year this year with Cometa Brno. Scored 19 goals in 52 games.
The Cy Young guy, just 9 assists. Referring to mix in the odd pass. Want to be his line mate. Good finish, good pivot.
He's been all around it throughout the tournament. Quick guy, lots of chances.
Good motor. You know, every game you can notice him skating well. And if that's your number one strength, you bring it every night, you give yourself chances.
And Anderson shoots, and Gamelka makes a save on that. And they're up and hopping here in Riga. Kogo long shot. Olam centers it. Martin with a chance. That's knocked away by Jordan. As Englund Anderson was close to the net, couldn't reach that puck. Time winding down here in the first period. And Englund Anderson back with it. We'll just watch the clock wind down. So Czechia gets goals from Kubalik on the power play, and Fleck lead the period. A 2-0 lead on Norway after one period here in Riga.
Come on, boys.
On your side, let's go. Don't cheat right now. Let's go.
Good. Henrik, all good, all good. Good stick, good, good, good. No, no. Good job, Andy.
Watch the crease, Andy. Loose.
Hey, boys, easy. Hey, Czech goes on power play. I got a trip on 4. All good, all good.
Dominic Kubalik has his tournament-leading 7th goal. 5 of them scored on the power play. And Czechia has a 2-0 lead on Norway after 1 period of play. Henrik Hockland faced 9 shots, allowed 2 goals in that opening period.
A period that was played really well by Norway.
They actually outshot Czechia for much of that period and wound up putting 15 on Karel Vejmelka.
No, most of those were from the point, from the perimeter, but you still have to have the puck in the offensive zone to create the shots. I think Norway would take 2 more periods just like that one. Is there a Noah Steen sighting? Number 12 for Norway, added to the roster a few days ago.
Yes.
I don't think he's played a second.
He's not.
And now he's got to start the period. I love it.
Steen, an 18-year-old, plays for Mora in the Swedish Allsvenskan, also their junior league. The Allsvenskan, the 2nd Swedish league. Mora's been trying to get back to the top league for a while. As Kondratek shoots. Hockland down, the puck still loose. Kondratek walks back in, fires, it goes off a skate. Bounces back to Kempny. Sabotka, he fans on it, and it's moved out by Olsen. You do get the odd sightings for Norwegian players in different circumstances. Defenseman Isaac Hansen, a 19-year-old, didn't play at all in the opening game against Kazakhstan in regulation overtime. Had an attempt in the shootout.
He must be really good for a defenseman to never play in the game and get called on in a shootout.
A 19-year-old defenseman.
He must dominate the shootout drills in practice. And here you see Dominic Kubalik for opening the scoring, a 5-on-3 one-timer from so tight. You're not going to miss many of those. And then a beauty, Jakob Fleck on the breakaway. 9-19, whatever it is, he's cashing. And Czechia out to the 2-0 lead after the first period.
Still no score between Denmark and the United States. Are underway in the 2nd period in Tampere, Finland. Baranek sweeps it for that loose puck, plays it back, but picked up by Tretinez. England Anderson back across the Tretinez, skipped away from him on the fresh ice. And moved back out by Chernok. It's an icing call against the Czechs.
Koshlik, who plays a prominent role in this team, plays all the power play situations, loves to shoot. 3 years in Rimouski.
Yeah.
Back in the Quebec League.
Drafted by Winnipeg in 2013, spent 3 years in the American League for them. Kostalik has been a productive defenseman wherever he's been. He won a Quebec League championship with Rimouski back in 2015. And 7 goals this year with part of B.
Almost lifted his stick up in the air to let it go by him.
In comes Spong. Blinds back in. To Baranek. Baranek brings that back down. Schmeichel began this tournament with a full face shield on. He got clipped in the face with a stick in the practice the day before the first Czech game. Czechs beat Slovakia 3-2 in their opener. Aaron Salston has it taken away by Tomaszek. Drop back to Zaboral jumping in. Jakub Zaboral swings that back. Played back around by Schmeichel. Tomaszek works that back to Michal Jordan with a shot that was blocked in front by Hoff. Ludwig Hoff in a race for it now, pokes it ahead. Almost an odd man rush there with Eric Salston, but Salston went off on a change. Tomaszek up for Schmeichel. And Hoff back with it. Chip back ahead, Jordan. Plays that back around to Vojanilik. Looking at center ice, Hoff and Vojanilik got tied up. Johannesson for Vesterheim. Drop back to England Anderson. He winds his way in as Norway's changing.
He's a smooth player, England Anderson. the way he handles the puck. Not the way he changes, but the way he handles the puck is nice.
Kind of hopped off the ice there. Lentz just added to the Czech lineup. Winds in. Lentz drops it off. Bojanilik spins away from Martinson.
Couple big bodies banging around down there. 450 pounds going at it.
Bojanilik kicks at it. Martinson trying to work that free. Lentz plays that back to Kempny. Kempny for Lentz. Shoots and rolls off his stick, and Hockman quickly gloves that.
You know, Lentz has not been bad for a guy just jumping into the lineup, and you can tell he's new. If you look at his gloves, got yellow writing on those gloves. Those are not Czech issue. Those are HV 71 colors. And he had been back in Czechia training, skating. I don't know if he was staying fit in case they were called, but always a sign that someone is coming in late when he's got his own team's equipment.
Or the plain white goalie mask.
Yes. I actually think when they do the plain white goalie mask and then they just drop a sticker of the team on against Sabaka. Sit down. He is such a powerful player. Now he's getting a stern talking to as though that's going to change anything. Andre Schrader.
After a decade, Saboka's not likely to.
No, he's not much of a talker when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Saboka wins the faceoff back to Kvadratek for Cervenka. Cervenka back in for Kubalik. And Salston has it out the center ice. Picked up by Haga, working in. Haga shoots at the goal post. Off the outside of the post, far side. And Saboka. Kubalik, rink wide for Cervenka, drops that back. Dvorak, a hard shot. Hockman save! And Saboka couldn't quite reach it. Salston plays that back to Liljeberg. And moved ahead by Cervenka. There's no stable, got it. And then Salston winds in. Some news breaking today. Swedish media reporting that William Nylander will not join Team Sweden after all.
It's related to the events of yesterday in Toronto. Who knows?
Martinson tried to center it, gets it back and shoots. That goes off a skate and over the glass.
Thomas Dvorak favoring his left hand. He's got a glove tucked underneath his arm. Haga rigged one off the poster. Kvadratek took a spill out of nowhere, so he was gapped out. That's a blocker save and a post.
Yeah, just a piece of that.
I guess maybe that's the deflection up into his hand for Dvorak. Give him the magic spray. You know, the little magic spray, the little numbing spray they put on there? It doesn't work that well.
No?
Not for me, anyways. I'm sensitive that way, though.
You were trying it on your teeth, that's why. Should point out that Mike Johnson in his 11 NHL seasons did not lose a single triplet.
Lost half of one once. My own stick. Not
No, come on.
Vanelka kicking around, playing soccer around the net, and it caused his team to get a penalty.
Yes, so Norway gets a penalty 5 minutes and 20 seconds into the second period. It'll be their first power play of the game.
And Vanelka gets all tangled up, gets the puck stuck in his skates, not sure where to do with it. And Kostelek gets his stick between the feet of Olim. He goes down,
So Norway went against Kazakhstan, scored twice in its first two power plays. They are 0 for 15 since.
So they're due.
Well, when you lose 1-0 to Slovenia,
right?
When you win one against Slovenia, so you lose 2-1 to Latvia.
They took another game to a shootout.
Yeah, they lost 3-0 to Switzerland. You had 4 power plays in a period, including a 5-on-3. Jonathan feeds it across. And Anderson has a block, shoots again. That's blocked by Kempney.
And the guy who scored 4 power play goals and has hit the post in this period is not on the first unit, Michael Haga. But they have 2 defensemen, including the very smooth England. Anderson.
Drops that back. In comes Thomas Olsen with it. Brings that around. And then Olsen tries to work that free. Vikingstad drops it back to Johannesson. And with Anderson, a shot deflects, and Saboka sends that down the ice.
He's a dominant Kubalika defenseman. He wants to shoot it every time he touches it. There's no thought of any other play. If it's coming towards him, he's going to one-time it. What a big year did Engelin Anderson. Sterian, 50 points in 45 games as a defenseman.
15 goals.
So he can shoot.
Hold up. Gonna tap that back. Norstabo with it. Not gonna drop this power play either.
How about that?
Trentinez. That bounces back and forth, picked it up by Nemechek, and now Braddock couldn't move it out. Olam winds his way in, 25 seconds to go in the Norwegian power play. And Chernock gives that back down to the Norwegian zone. Hoffman steers that away. Holden winds in, plays it across, picked off and sent out by Zaboral. Hoffman out to play it. Takes it back around to Norstabo as Kostalik steps back on the ice.
Penalty coming up. Oh boy, this might be a 5. Is he kicking him out of the game right away?
Norstabo's down.
He was pointing to the dressing room.
Is getting a lot here.
The penalty's under review.
Officials reviewing that hit by David Vojanilik on Matthias Norstabo, who has left the ice and gone to the Norwegian dressing room. This is a hit from behind.
Norstabo looks like he rings his head off the glass. That angle didn't look as bad as this one here. Looks like he kind of hits him right. No need to make this hit though. And to explode up and drive the upper body. Looks like he maybe working to get to the up ice shoulder. So it's not right between the 1 and the 0.
The officials have called a 5, now reviewing it.
So when I saw the one right from behind, it looked like 5, but for sure. I see those other 2, he's kind of on the front shoulder, but given that Norstabo has left the ice, and it was definitely a boarding or hitting from behind, I'm thinking he might stay with a 5, be out of the game.
I'd be shocked if he didn't. I mean, that's textbook from behind. He didn't turn.
No, and he's facing the boards the whole time. And the puck's already over the blue line. No need, let alone the danger in it. So Norway just finished a power play. He's going back to at least another one. And it seems a lot more violent when you watch it real time.
This is Andre Schrader from Germany, Miroslav Stoltz from Switzerland.
It's a bad hit, it's a dumb hit.
Here's the call from Schrader.
The play, Team Czechia, number 69, has assessed a major penalty plus automatic game misconduct for boarding.
So Vojanilik is done.
Norway
gets a 5-minute power play.
Can't really argue with that. When Vojanilik watches it back, he won't really be able to argue with either. He's disappointed in himself, but bad decision. A bad spot, a bad result. And now it's a 5-minute major power play for Norway.
Count will serve it. So can this power play, 0 for its last 16, get on track?
They want to get back in the game. Now's the time.
And still no Haga on the power play. He has their 2 power play goals.
They have a system. They have had just the 1 power play in this game that they just finished.
He did not get on it.
No. And the whistles you hear are for the Czech fans protesting the call.
Yeah.
Reset the clock. Back to 5 flat. It's at 4:49 of the penalty for some reason. So get that taken care of. Now, when you go on a 5-on-3 power play, even though your inclination might be we have a lot of time in overstay shifts, you want to run through probably 4 different power play units. And not stay out there a minute, 2 minutes at a time just because you can. Keep the pace high.
There's number 16 at the point. Here's Thomas Olsen. Takes the return pass from Vikingstad. Johannesson goes that ring wide to Ludwig Hoff. Hoff to Olsen. Hoff to the goal mouth. Vikingstad. Hoff. Anderson beats it across. Johannesson shot deflected away. Held by Johannesson. England Anderson to Johannesson. England Anderson chips it across. Hoff with a shot. And Demelka appeared to get a piece of that as it bounces back down the ice. Johannesson also plays for Mora, the Swedish Allsvenskan.
Good block.
Yeah, Johannesson kicked that ahead, but it's picked up by Saboka. He's got numbers with him. Schmeichel as well. Saboka to Schmeichel, shoots. Hoff with the save. Stops that short-handed bid, and back comes Norway. 3-on-2. Trentinez for Olam. Olam centers and Martins on a shot off the outside of the post. And that puck gets over the glass and out. Great scoring chances at both ends of the rink.
Well, that's one way to open things up. Go with a 2-on-0 as Saboka picks off the Johannesson's attempt to keep it alive, and I think Hoagland at this point, when Schmeichel pivoted, he was ready. You could see him load up his right leg before the pass was even made. He tries to sell shot, and that's not a great finish by Schmeichel. He goes into the chest when the top of the net short side was available. Still see the remnants of the mark on his face that he picked up the day before the tournament started. Forced him to wear a full cage.
That's been an intense practice.
Don't like the sounds of it one bit.
No. Kempney. Out the glass and back out. Olam. Plays it back down to Trentinez. Martinson. Bangs that back to Trentinez. Olam. Back for Liljeberg, across to Olden. Olden shoots, that was partly blocked by Kadratek. Here's Olam on it. Liljeberg to Olden. Fired back around, Olam waiting for it. Trentinez, directing traffic from behind the net. Liljeberg, across to Olden, takes a look and shoots, that's blocked by Baranek. Olsen spins that back to Vikingstad. Midway through the period, halfway through this 5-minute power play for Norway. Kadratek shoved down Olam.
Another block by Baranek. Get him off the ice.
Johannesson plays it across. And then Anderson with a hard shot. That was blocked by Chernok. That took a bite out of him. And then Johannesson back with it to Hoff. England Anderson feeds across. Johannesson a shot that's blocked by Quadrata. Johannesson works it back down to Vikingstad. Minute 45 to go in the Norwegian power play. Hoff. England Anderson. Hoff. Back across. Johannesson. England Anderson to Hoff. Shoots! And Pavelka makes a stop on that. They finally get one through. And the guy who's paid to block shots eats it up. 9:09 to go. 2-0 Czechia leads here in the second. Start local time. There's these Czech fans all afternoon and evening.
But not a lot of time to pregame.
No, that's
they got to get up early to get their game face ready.
Minute 35 to go into the Norwegian power play. Haga's out there now. Lilleberg. The Trenton edge. Haga with it. He has both of Norway's power play goals. Centers it, that's knocked away by Nemecek. Lilleberg will come today in this arena. Canada will take on Switzerland next, followed by Kazakhstan, Latvia. The home fans will be in full evidence on a Saturday night in Riga.
Running a bit of a hot streak right now, Latvia.
Yeah.
Another one.
And a short-handed breakaway, this time for Fleck. Fleck moves in, and he's stopped there by Hochland.
Same exact shot he scored on. Identical.
Haga brings it in. The two best scoring chances in this power play have gone to Czechia.
2-on-0 and a clean breakaway.
The best you can say about the Norwegian power play right now is that it's breaking even. And in comes Thomas Olsen, busts in, rolled that wide. Final seconds of this 5-minute power play. Back in the point, skips over the stick of Johannesson. And that's going to do it. Alfred Solston works in, feeds across. And England Anderson had that shot blocked. Here comes Kelly with a chance for a breakaway. In behind the Norwegian defense, he's got Cervenka with it. Fed across, that pass disrupted by Erik Solston. A 5-minute power play for Norway, nets nothing. It remains 2-0 Czechia. Erik Solston works in, flips that high in the air, the puck goes over the glass and out of play.
That was a pretty gutsy penalty kill, though. Lots of shot blocks. Good positioning, and then taking advantage of poor puck management. Flex off to the race. Got Big Martinson chasing him down, but remember, he dragged it across and tried to float it inside the blocker side on his first goal. And he shot that one a bit harder. He didn't kind of saucer it slowly upstairs. And Hochland, remembering as well, keeps his blocker hand a little bit higher.
Here's Zaboro with it. Back in by Vesterheim. That centering pass from Hoff was broken up by Zaboro. right back in front, skipped away from Vesterheim. Krogall's shot that was blocked by Zaboro. And played back down to the Norwegian zone. Norway in the top division of the World Championship also remain the top level of the under-18s this year. And were promoted to the World Junior, so next year, Norway will be in the top division of the under-18, the World Junior, and the World Championship for the first time since 2011. They're pretty excited about some of the 04 and 05 born players.
Guess we'll see them in Sweden next year.
Yeah, Gothenburg, the host city of the 2024 World Junior Championship. Canada will host it the year after that, and the host city expected to be named within the next couple of weeks. Another penalty coming here. This time in Czechia. And it'll be Lenz who goes off for the trip. Call on Lentz is actually interference, and so Norway back to the power play here.
They've had 9 minutes of power play time of the last 13 minutes of game time. And the breakaways are 3-0 Czechs.
It's where they would miss a player like Zuccarelli, right? I mean, that's...
Like, of course, he would take it, set it up. He would be the conductor of the attack.
For smaller countries, those players are everything. Kopitar for Slovenia, Ehlers for Denmark.
When you don't have the highest level of skill, the likelihood of the penalty kill being successful is a lot higher than the power play. You don't have to have the very best defensive forwards in the world to have a good penalty kill.
Now they ice it on the power play.
You'd be well served to have, the top forwards in the world. We've seen Norway struggle mightily, but we've seen Canada struggle with the power play. We've seen different teams and have a hard time getting set up and figuring out how they're going to attack an organized penalty kill. Haven't seen many struggle quite as mightily as Norway has. And it's gonna, it's 2-0, could be 4. If they don't win this game, they'll look to this sequence in the second period as where they should have been back in the game.
Norway does have 4 points. Slovenia stuck on 0, so it doesn't look like Norway's going to be in the relegation soup unless something unexpected happens.
Two more points would guarantee their stay.
Johannesson. Ringland Anderson back for Johannesson. Ringland Anderson playing pitch and catch with Johannesson. Played back across. Hoff for the hard shot, and Pavelka makes the save.
Pushing and shoving down in front. Gonna pull someone out of here? No, just a stern warning. Good talking to will settle the boys right down. Let's see. Go-to move of Andre Schrader, the German official. He likes to conversation with guys to try to settle him down. Here he goes again. Talking to Michal Jordan on the way off the ice. And you, as a player, I'm kind of tongue-in-cheek here, you do appreciate communication. You do like to know where the limits are going to be, but the idea that a referee pulling guys aside and talking to them sternly is going to stop them from doing whatever they're doing is probably not accurate. probably, depending on the player.
Minutes to go to the power play. Problem for Norway is their best scorer, Erling Haaland, plays soccer for Manchester City.
Maybe a power forward out here too. That guy's a giant in the football field. Football pitch, I should call it.
Norway is a great athletic country, one of the best Winter Olympic countries in the world. Dominant cross-country skiing, biathlon.
Speed skating's not too shabby.
Olaf, the big boss, Koss. Here with Lillehammer. They found it right to play. The Norwegian government gave any Olympic gold medalist a total of $100,000 bonus. And Koss wanted to donate it to famine relief and create what he called the Olympic Trust. The IOC wouldn't let him use the word Olympic. So it became right to play, which brought sports equipment and recreation and humanitarian aid to underprivileged parts of the world. Oh, he's a doctor too. Just in case, you know.
What have you done with your day?
In case you thought he was just whiling away his extra hours. Vesterheim moves it across the line. Vesterheim sends that pass ahead, knocked away by Zaboro. Knocked down. Eric Solsting gets it, throws it back in front. And Howard Solsting knocked that wide. Loose puck in front, sent down the ice by Nemechek.
Sounded like Eric Solsting may have flipped a little bit of the post there. He was trying to go for the angle shot off the side of Melka's head.
And it's been a run of penalties for Czechia. Mojanelik goes off for 5 and a board. But during that sequence, they get a 2-on-0. They don't score. Martin Kauk, it's not your fault, you're just serving it. Then they get another breakaway. Like he doesn't score.
Come to the guy in the penalty box lamenting another missed opportunity as it's not gone well on the power play for Norway.
Spot check with it.
Heads up, baby.
Olsen plays that back to Isaac Hansen.
Oh, we got a Hansen and a Steen side, and they're on the ice together.
Wow.
Here we go.
Mystic Mike, what is that double pay?
That is a parlay for a power play is what they got. Another one.
Oh my goodness.
Puck over the glass.
Nemechek.
So 2:36 to go.
So
Here you see
Steen on the heavy forecheck forces the turnover and the panic. Now, 10 minutes you've been on the power play. Nothing cooking. At what point do you put different people out there? Now, you would look at me and say, well, these are the best guys we have, and they're not getting it done. I mean, I don't know.
Look, I shouldn't second guess people, but I would ask the question, the guy who has your 2 power play goals is barely playing on the power play.
You wonder if there's something more to that story.
There must be. Johannesson.
Switching sides here. Now Johannesson had been on his one-timer side. Now he's on his strong side.
England Anderson across to Hoff. Back England Anderson shoots. That was blocked and sent down the ice by Baranek. That guy eats a lot of pucks.
They do a great job though. 20 feet away is the worst distance. You know, puck could go anywhere, could get high up in your body, and Baranek willing to turn sideways and take it time after time.
Olsen and picked up by Saboka, who has logged major penalty killing minutes here in the second period.
Now you're losing Cervenka and Kubalik.
Right. They just sit there.
Pile up. You're gonna have to jump on the bike between periods.
Johan Johannesson, Olympian in 2018 for Norway. Drops that back, and now Liljeberg brings it ahead. Drops it off to Martinson. And Trettenes swings back with it. Trettenes knocked off stride.
Good no call. Good no call. Nothing there.
Zaboral drops that back to Jordan. Sends that back down. Fleck was taking breakaway again.
He's sniffing right now. He's like, perfect. Penalty killing. Time to go get some offense.
You're flying the zone of the penalty kill. That's really something.
Here he goes. Oh, he didn't read it. Instead, Lentz is on it.
Lentz comes down. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Lentz works in.
Oh, Holden just clotheslined himself. He's going to the bench. He got his own stick in the face, got caught up in the net, going behind the net, checking Lentz.
Took it as to Martinson. Lilleberg with it. Nemecek steps back on, and another Norwegian power play goes for naught. Nemecek with it. There's a high off the glass again, undaunted by the earlier delay of game penalty.
Adjusted the sights, he's all good.
Bogdahl works in. And that pass goes off a stick up and out. 8 seconds to go in the second period.
A very frustrating sequence. If you're Norway, you're drawing these penalties, you have an opportunity, but you just get absolutely nothing going. And here's these, watch Olden here. Look at this. This is not good. Oh, he pops himself in his own, to the helmet pop. He's checking his teeth. See? You can knock your own teeth out. I'm not the only one.
We're going to have to explore how that happened at some point.
It was a tough first couple of weeks in the NHL.
It's your first 2 weeks in the league?
Yeah, no mask on. Didn't know what was going on. Stitches, teeth, and all is all coming apart.
Look at you now. Kondratek just skates that back out, so
look at this, Kazastool and Chervenka jousting.
So the Czechs, whether more than half the period, shorthanded, and still lead 2-0.
Oši, vole. Jak se zvrátí? Oši, pojďme hrát 5-5, vole. My nepotřebujeme, vole, tady trénovat příště do ničí. Když pak někteří hrajou, vole, musí tam předí, vole.
Keep going, boys. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hands off, Martin! Good, good. Good, good. All good, Marcus. All good, all good.
Okay! All good, boys. Enough. Relax. He's forward.
Automatic game is contact for boarding.
Henrik Hoffman faced 2 short-handed breakaways in that second period. The Norwegians couldn't ask for more of an opportunity than they had in that second period. 11 minutes of power play time. Nothing to show for it. 2-0 Czechia leads after 2.
Your Czechia plan is, let's just play 5-on-5. Should be okay. Just get this game under control. One more goal would be nice, but just grind it out. Not give any more, even though the power play has struggled, opportunities. There's Noah Steen, 18 years old. As I mentioned, played for more. The under-20 team more for the most part this year.
The most penalized player in Swedish junior hockey this year.
That's not a bad stat. You know, like that's not a bad thing to be. You're aggressive, you're around the puck, you're around the play. As long as you're not, it's not fighting. So either that or you're just wantingly, recklessly your stick. One of the two things.
I'd like to see a list of the penalties, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
My best years of my career, I also had the most penalty minutes. They were a direct correlation. I played better when I was picking up more penalty minutes, or I picked up more penalty minutes when I played better. And mine were not fights. Merciful.
What were they mostly?
Probably roughing and elbowing and stuff. Or tripping. Or interference.
Aggressive fouls.
Although, I'm quite proud in my 12 years, never once put the puck over the glass. Never.
Dvorak. Is that knocked away? Is that on your plaque?
Yeah, well, listen, because that's why I don't mind the penalty, because it's a skill play. Recognize
It is actually.
when I'm in trouble, recognize when the puck's rolling, and make a decision with it. And so I don't have as much sympathy for when the penalties occur, guys.
The one that amazed me is I think Scott Stevens only got 1 elbowing penalty in his career.
That's because the league changed. He would be suspended for 7 years at this point, the way he played. Jakob Fleck's been
he's been a
prominent story in this game. Part of the penalty killing unit, so he played a lot. Scored the second goal of beauty on a breakaway. Had another breakaway while shorthanded in the second period. And part of the challenge here for Czechia will be get the bench back in the game. You've had a whole bunch of guys sitting around for the better part of an hour real time.
That's a bit, the loss of...
They didn't play the last 12 minutes of the period, plus the 18 minutes intermission.
Long shooting steered away by Vemelka, who was quite busy in that second. That rattles into the Czech bench.
So everyone's kind of got to get a shift under their belts and get their legs moving, get a bump again to get in the flow of the period that they ideally will just roll 4 lines through. Kazastul's had a little purr in his saddle in today's game. A little extra pushing and shoving coming from Christian Kazastul.
Spot check. Winds it back across. Trentinez goes back for it. Tomasha. Spot check. Feeds that back to Jordan. Michal Jordan. The spot check. Zaboral sends that back in front. Just missed that pass across. 4 lengths. Jordan hustles back. Here is Zaboral with it.
Nice pass in the backhand, well done.
Right across the spot check.
Better be able to do that if you're going to play on your offside, as he has been forced to do, with paired up with the also left shooting Jordan.
Auckland knocks that down to Liljeberg. Haga moves it out. Haga slides it ahead to Hoff. And a high stick there clipped Kostalik in the mouth. And the officials right away checking on the damage to him.
It's up near his eye, actually.
Got underneath the mask, and he's bleeding. That'll be 4. So after all those power plays, Ludwig Hoff will pick up 4 minutes. He's trying to lift the stick. Oh goodness, it's dangerous. It's the toe of the blade gets underneath the mask, and it almost ricochets right in around the eyes. Kosteluk bleeding, but staying on the bench seems to be okay. It looks like it's just below his eye. That is scary.
When the stick gets wedged under the visor like that.
And the tip of the blade is about the same diameter of the orbital bone. It's not a good look.
So Czechia to the power play. 6 for 15 coming in. Kubelik has a power play goal in this game. He's 5th of the tournament. Kubelik is probably gathering dust in that second period, sitting on the bench waiting for the penalty killers to get done.
Oh, he's thinking, listen, we keep taking penalties. At some point, they're going to call them on a penalty. So I'll get back out there.
When Czechia got a 5-on-3 in the first period, lead pass, just missed. Olaf shorthanded. He literally came leaping over the boards to get on the ice.
Guys don't need to be told when they're supposed to go.
Olaf, I'm not sure he was even told.
No. Not taking it upon myself.
I'm just going.
We have to get our research department on the most power play goals in a tournament. Kubelik with 5 already. In the modern era, it can't be too many more. Leading goal scorer in this tournament usually has 7 or 8 goals.
Now moving back in, Spacek centers it, and Chernak couldn't reach that. Laid back across, Spacek swings that for Cervenka, who chops that down.
It's a horrendous pass that Cervenka made look decent. He just sailed it at his hip.
You can't make a bad pass to a good player.
You could make one to an average player.
Cervenka. Stella played it across. Spacek's shot was blocked.
Kosteluk back out there.
Yeah, bumped there by Liljeberg. Kosteluk plays that back. Spacek winds in, feeds it across. Cervenka shoots, and Hoffman got a piece of that. Cervenka centers it. Chernak a chance. That was blocked by Vikingstad.
Still 90 seconds left on the double minor. Ludwig Hoff for high sticking. Second group out.
Tomaszek looks back for Kempny. Kubelik all set up in his one-timer spot. But Krogal got in the way of that pass. Schmeichel plays around to Kubelik. Ball with the puck for a moment. Howard Salston plays it back to center ice to Olaf. In on Kempny, and Kempny knocked that away. Tomaszek has it bounce off a skate. Kubelik drops it back. 45 seconds to go in the double minor to Norway. Tomaszek works in. There's not a lot of 5-on-5 play in this game, but it hasn't been, I mean, the calls have been right. It's just been a lot of fouls.
Yeah. Early morning starts. Get a little off your...
Only you would say noon is early morning.
For a professional athlete it is, or a hockey player anyways.
Spacek plays it down to Cervenka. It is an early start for sure. Kosteluk with a shot that got blocked, got down to Henrik. Hockley made that save. Hoff steps back on, swung across to Spacek. Still 2-0 Czechia. 2 first period goals for them. Played back by Cervenka, rattled high by Chernak. Talking to Czech GM Martin Havlat between periods. Expecting he got a pretty good roster for next year's tournament in Prague.
Right, home team would draw for sure.
Prague and Austria. He said a lot of the other teams will too. It's a popular destination.
That's right. Marty Havlat, he was such a good player.
Oh.
Electric skater. All of my contemporaries running these teams have Peter Nedved been around, and Miro Sutan in Slovakia. Marty Havlat. We got Shane Doan running the Canadian team. You know, these are all the guys we played with and against.
Oh, we brought Haga down. And to put that wide. Moved out.
You never guess who's sneaking in behind the defenseman.
Really, you don't say. Jakob Fleck again. He stands in that Skoda logo, just waiting for the puck to come free. They used to say of Pavel Bure when he was playing in Florida, he was out feeding the cat.
Right.
He's standing right by the Panthers logo at center ice waiting for the puck. He stick right in the Panther mouth.
You get a wave out when you score 60.
Yeah. Deep into the songbook now, the Czech fans. Lapik moves in and plays offside at the Norwegian line. 2-0 Czechia leads, 11:24 to go in the third. Back here in Riga, Czech fans very happy here this afternoon. So you asked the question of our research department, which bottles down to me now. The record for power play goals in a world championship, now it's only been kept since the 50s.
Okay, that's long enough for me.
6 is the record. Patrick Elias of Czechia, Niko Kapanen, Jarkko Immonen of Finland, and Patrick Kane.
All had 6
power play goals in one tournament. Kane in 2018.
Kubelik's had 5?
5.
Okay. Record watch, we're on it.
Long way to go, too.
Jeez. This is their 5th game, so...
Elias scored 6 power play goals in 7 games in the old format. Cervenka back to Dragic, shoots! Hoffman makes the stop. Referee
blew it prematurely. I think he thought that puck got up into the mesh and it popped right back into the slot, but sometimes mistakes happen. Own it, on you go. Dragic peppered that one in. The adventures of Jakob Fleck have been fun to watch in this game. Now, nothing wrong with leaking out, blowing the zone, and if your guys have it under full control, then there is an advantage to having someone draw, either get in behind yourself or draw the defensive back, because that creates a big gap with the guys who are attacking underneath.
There are conservative NHL head coaches who have a rule.
What's the rule?
You can't leave the zone before the puck.
That's a bad rule. that keeps 10 people in the same zone. Like, what do I want with the puck? I want space. So sometimes space is created by guys moving off the puck, out of the zone, pulling their defenseman back, and giving the guys in the zone more room. I need to have a chat with these conservative coaches. Let them know what's up.
to center ice. Here's Haga with it. Drops the puck off there. Eric Solston working. He's poke check there by spot check. Lentz. There's that back to spot check. Tomaszek coming in, spun down by Johannesson. Penalty coming Norway.
Oh, it's record-breaking time.
Oh, and call the hold, and Czechia is going back to the power play. The unofficial referees are calling penalties. The ones who matter have called one on Johan Johannesson. No Kubalik on this power play yet. Spot check. Moves it down to Chernok. Cervenka. Might do a disappointment of Mike Johnson, who wants to see a record tied.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get your chance.
They really need to just get another 5-on-3.
That's whistled wide by Kostalik. He does love to shoot the puck, doesn't he? Back with it again for spot check. Spot check. Swings it back across Cervenka. Kostalik, spot check, shoots. Hockman the save.
Read by Hockman to get over.
Spot check.
Spot check just throws anything over towards Cervenka. Just handle it.
All you, bud.
Settle it, handle it. Don't worry about the pressure.
Count plays it around to Schmeichel. Tomaszek. Back around for Kubalik. Out there now with 45 seconds to go in this Czech power play, and 5 players standing over the puck. This might be square by the time it comes out of there. Now fired down the ice by Vesterheim. Schmeichel walks out, rolls back in front. Count couldn't reach that. Czech fans are up and hopping here in Riga. If you are not hopping, you are not Czech. Is the words that chant. In comes Flex streaking in, gets Hockman down, throws it back in front. Hockman poked that away. The teams are back to even strength. Martinson takes that drop pass, feeds it down.
One good thing all these penalties for Norway have done, it's made a pretty comfortable period for Czechia. They haven't really threatened much, but 3.
Spot check, has a look across, finds the trailer. Tomaszek shoots, Hockman save it on the rebound.
Late trailer. Tomaszek tries Hockman. Good save, good rebound control. That's attacking the second wave. Nice diagonal pass. Just a better save. The goaltender's been pretty sharp in this game. Beaten by a breakaway and a blistering one-timer on a 5-on-3. Not much you can do about either of those things. Auckland's got good numbers in this tournament as well.
Yeah.
The guy who was the German goalie of the year.
In a very good league. That's a top-end European league.
Germany would be the third best league in Europe. Sweden, Switzerland.
Yeah, probably.
Finland, it'd be Finland, Germany kind of in there.
Yeah.
And with so many imports allowed to play in Germany, you want to
10 per team.
So it's a very North American, international feeling roster.
6.5 to go here. Norwegian coach Tobias Johansson came up through the Frölunda system in Gothenburg, Sweden. He was the coach of their under 16, under 18, and under 20 teams.
Doesn't get any easier for Norway. They got Canada next.
Yeah. And they close out against Slovakia on Tuesday.
But they'll be watching Slovenia because their job could be done before they really get to the end of the tournament.
Slovenia plays Slovakia tomorrow.
Another loss for Slovenia and it's over. They cannot catch Norway.
Yeah. Their only hope would be
or catch any team.
Well, their only hope would be to catch Kazakhstan somehow.
Kazakhstan also with 4 points, 2 shootout wins.
Yeah.
So 6 points left available. If you lose a game, you're down to 3 available. That'll be it.
Yeah. Trevenka slides out ahead. Brought back by Kubalik. Eric Solston moves out, winds his way back in. So a scramble change there at the Norwegian bench.
It's good communication. The bench told both Martinson and Haga, hey, turn around. Puck right behind you.
Bogdal's pass ahead, rockets into the middle of those Czech fans. 5:37 to go here in the third period. Czechia leads Norway here in Riga. In Tampere, Finland, Connor Gauthier has scored again for Team USA. A power play goal to give them a 1-0 lead in the third period on Denmark.
He's got 11 shots in that game. 11. 31 shots in the tournament. Through this their 5th game only. I'm excited to see the American team play. There's all those young stars.
So now he's going back to college next year.
Connor Gauthier is going back to school?
I think so.
Logan Cooley just announced yesterday that he's going back to school.
I believe I saw something that Gauthier is going to go back.
You see this performance against the men in the Worlds, and Flyers, we might have to reconsider. Or he might have to reconsider.
Martinson plays that back to Lilleberg, who stepped on a dime and fell.
Slippery, that ice.
It's a game played with a rubber disc on ice. It's bound to be unpredictable. 4.5 to go here in the third period. Coming up next, Canada and Switzerland. As Martinson moves in, gets flattened there by Jordan. It's a hotly anticipated matchup between two of the top teams on this side. Swiss got some reinforcements this week with the arrivals of Kevin Fiala from Los Angeles and then Nico Hischier and Jonas Siegenthaler from New Jersey.
Both teams can still finish first along with Czechia.
They're certainly gold medal contenders here.
Yes.
Johannesson feeds that back. Martinson had it bounce off his stick back to Johannesson. Johannesson shoots at the flex back into the corner. Olin with it. Norwegian captain back from Martinson. That was blocked by a sprawling Baranek. Took another one and makes his way off the ice. Johannesson trying to send it. That was blocked by Jordan. Chernak reaching for it as the puck goes back in the corner. Haga slides that back across off the stick of Ola. Jordan had that passing lane blocked by Haga. At the point is Eric Solston, and a penalty coming to Norway. It'll be Ole England Anderson who goes off with 3:13 to go in the third period.
And that's when you put the the coaching paper back in the breast pocket with 3 minutes left, going down to another power play as Fleck draws the penalty on England Anderson. I mean, Norway was still thinking they could win this game. It seems very in control, but it's just 2 goals.
Right.
So I wonder, do they go 2 defensemen? I would. You know, I'm always more forwards. But at this point in the game,
You'd like 6 forwards in the power play if you could.
if you could, I would. But up 2, I'm thinking I'd put 2 defensemen out there.
Sabotka. Back around to Cervenka. Cervenka needs that back. Spot check. Back across Cervenka. Slides that back to Costella. Spot check to Cervenka. Costella, the stick broke on him.
He dropped it right to the guy with the puck, though.
And then Costella slams down David Solston on the play. That was a heavy collision inside the Czech blue line.
I've already seen one player removed from this game for a hit from behind.
Yeah, Norris DeBow was hit from behind, and
Mojanelic. Oh, whoa! Some loft on that thing. Well done. He almost got that one on the scoreboard.
Well, Kubelik's out there on this power play, 1 off the single tournament record for power play goals. He's got 5.
Gonna get the word down to the bench to feed him.
Tomaszek. Slides that down, Tomaszek.
2 defensemen out here for this one.
Kempney to Kondratek. 25 seconds to go on this power play. Here's Kubelik back in the corner with it. Alex Tuck has scored for the U.S. now 2-0 on Denmark. Tuck and Goche have been terrific for the U.S. in this tournament.
Tuck playing with his brother for the first time ever in their lives, which is pretty cool.
Time winding down to the power play. This place is like Riga, Czechia this afternoon.
This is just the opening act for later. Latvia tries to continue their winning streak.
Centering pass. Pavelka got a piece of it. Able to hang on. 52 seconds to go in the third period.
Haga driving far post after a pedestrian power play. Norway. Martinson slings it in front, and Haga get a piece? He does. Oh my goodness, up and under the arm, and Pavelka able to fortunately squeeze it down. Norway's going to call a power play. They need to get the goalie out. See if he can't find a miracle. We'll start with a
face-off win, which would be a challenge because
Your guess Sobotka would get the call for.
you would think. He's over 65% on the tournament coming into today's game. There's Hopeland, who's another solid night for him. Not a lot of action this third period, though. 4 shots for Czechia, 3 for Norway. Exactly the way you want this game to go if you're Czechia.
Whole bunch of nothing happening in the.
It'll be Chernok for the draw.
Yeah, right shot on the right side. Stronger pull.
Vikingstad steps in, so the Norwegian net is empty.
2 guys on the boards for Norway. It's interesting.
Off the draw, here's Thomas Olsen. Feeds that back to Johannesson. England Anderson.
You need
for
2.
Haga.
Can't waste time.
Haga. Slides that back down. Hoff poking at it. And Jordan sends that down the ice. Well, the icing against Czechia.
No problem with that from Hale Jordan. If you when in doubt, rip it down.
Kill off some more time, but you know what? You want to be fast without rushing. If you're Norway, if you win, like, you have to get into the net. You can't spend 20 seconds passing around. You have 32 seconds now to score 2 goals. So it's got to go quick.
That shot rattles wide. They scored 3 times in the opener against Kazakhstan. They have 2 in 4 games since. Haga. That pass bounces wide as time winds down here in the third. Vikingstad to Johannesson. Back to England Anderson. Haga shoots, and Vamilka knocked that off. Puck still is to the side of the goal. England Anderson feeds it across. And Czechia wins it by a score of 2-0. Vamilka gets the shutout. And the Czechs run their record now to 4-0-1. At this World Championship, Norway drops to 1-4. Next up, Canada and Switzerland here in Riga.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best players of each team will be awarded by Raiffeisen Bank International, official sponsor of the 2023 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship.
Katras komandas labākais spēlētājs saņems balvu no 2023. gada Starptautiskās hokeja federācijas pasaules čempionāta oficiālā sponsora Raiffeisen Bank International.
The best players will be awarded by Espen Refseth, board member of the Norwegian Ice Hockey Association, and Manuel Rufer, IIHF finance coordinator.
Labākos apbalvos Norvēģijas hokeja asociācijas valdes loceklis Espens Refsets un Starptautiskās hokeja federācijas finanšu koordinators Manuels Rufers.
The best player of Team Norway.
Labākais spēlētājs Norvēģijas izlasē.
Number 33, numur 33, Henrik Haukeland. The best player of Team Czechia.
Labākais spēlētājs Čehijas izlasē.
Number 8, numur 8, Andrej Beranek. are able to for the national anthem of Czechia.
Dāmas un kungi, lūdzam godināt Čehijas valsts himnu.
Emil, it seemed as though in that second period you lost momentum, unable to convert on the power play. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I don't know, but we don't take the goal, so we need to shoot more, so not so good for us.
In the third period, it seemed like the team was trying to get momentum, but the penalties got in the way.
Yeah, no, we talked about it. We take too much at penalty kills, so it is, but we lose the game because too many penalties.
What are your thoughts on your team's effort and performance here today?
I think we play really good. It's a good team, so I think we have a good opponent.
Can you answer that in Norwegian as well?
Ja. Jeg synes vi spiller ganske bra. Vi tar for mange dumme utvisninger, og det er der vi taper matchen.
First of all, congratulations on the big win. In that second period, how important was the penalty killing that your team got done there?
It was a tough game, obviously. We play really hard, especially in the second period. We had a lot of PKs, but we did a really good job. It's a big win for us tonight.
For yourself, a shutout win. It seems like you were seeing the puck really well.
Yeah, I felt pretty much better than my first game here. So it was a really good game for a whole team defensively. So I just try to see the puck all the time, and it's my job. So.
And then in Czech, your team seems to be gaining confidence as the tournament goes on. How big was this win for you guys?
Je to hrozně důležitý vítězství pro nás ve skupině, protože máme další dva hodně těžký soupeře a jsme rádi dneska za 3 body, protože to bylo i tak hodně těžké utkání a jsem rád, že jsme ho zvládli. Thank you.
Doprostřed. To ukazuje špatně. To nemůže ukazovat dobře.
Shots on